Hello, this short video will show you how to create an appointment schedule through Google Classroom to book your parent-teacher interviews. So before we get started, navigate to Google Calendar and ensure that you have space during your parent-teacher interview slots on your calendar. So you can see here I've cleared up the 16th and 17th to make sure I have room to book those appointments. Now I can click Create and go to Appointment Schedule. This is a brand new tool released by Google weeks or days ago. So if you still see appointment slots, make sure you come up here and update your Google Chrome browser. If you still see appointment slots, you can click the link in the written instructions to get into Appointment Schedule. But if you do see appointment schedule, go ahead and click there. From here, we can add a title. I'm going to call it my last name, parent-teacher interview. I might put the date of those interviews as well. I can change the appointment duration down to as little as 5 minutes. That's a brand new feature for schedule. I can go custom, and anything over 5 and including 5 minutes in length I can choose. Of course, this is going to be unique to your situation in school, but I'll just choose the minimum time allowed there. In availability, I'm going to say that these do not repeat, and I want to be very specific about when these appointments are, so I'm going to choose the first date as the 16th. I'll update the time that I'm available on that day to 4 p.m. to 7. I'll add the second date as well as 9 a.m. to noon. And that's really all I need to do on this first settings page. I can update the scheduling window should I choose. Right now it allows parents to book 60 days in advance and up to 4 hours before. You could change that down to 0 possibly, but I'm going to leave it as is. And you can also add a buffer time between your interviews. I'm going to leave mine as 0 buffer so I can fit in as many interviews as possible. When you're ready, click Next. And you can add in how you want to do your interviews. Now, I assume most people are going to be doing in-person meetings, but Google Meet and phone call interviews are there. This is going to be the default for your meeting. So if you're doing mainly in-person meetings, let's choose in-person. You can put in a room number, so they'll be able to find you in the building. You can add a description or any other information you want parents to have on the booking page and on the confirmation email in this box here. The last two options, booking form questions and reminders, you can have a look at. There are 3 prompts on the booking form as the default. It will ask parents what their first name, their surname, and email address is, but you can also add some items. So remember I said up here, maybe I'm doing mainly in-person meetings, but I want to give them the option for a phone call or a virtual meeting. I can add that down here. So for example, I can add an item like a phone number. That one's pre-built, so I'm going to add that question in there. And I'm also going to add in a question that says, would you prefer a phone interview? And I can add that as well. I've turned off this email verification box. This will make sure that parents who aren't using a Google account, so any other email, would have to get a code from their email to prove that they're actually a person. I've turned this box off just to make it as simple for parents to fill in the booking page as possible. Okay. The last little drop down allows you to provide more reminders for the parent other than the one day before. So you can come in here and edit when they get that reminder, or you can add additional reminders in this section as well, but I'm going to leave it as the default one day before. and click Save. From here, your booking form is all set up. If you want to have a look at what it'll look like on the parent side of things, you can click the big blue Open Booking Form. You can either scroll ahead to the 16th and 17th or jump to the next available date. You'll see them in there. As parents start selecting these times, they will be removed from your form and added to your calendar. You'll also receive email notification that somebody has booked an appointment during that time. Finally, the last thing we need to do is get this page to your parents. So I click Share and Copy Link. This can be posted to Google Classroom, sent via email, or shared with the parents of your students, however you best see fit. Hopefully this works well for you. Let us know if you have any questions.